On July 16, 2025, Indian nurse Nimisha Priya is going to be executed in Yemen. She has lost all her appeals and last minute efforts are going on to do some diplomacy to salvage the situation. This is a story of human dreams, an act of desperation eventually leading to be fatal for her. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Everything with Dr. James. Today we are going to be dealing with the execution of an Indian national in Yemen. Many from her home state Kerala, our nurse Nimisha Priya wanted to go abroad to make a better life for herself. By 2008, she was married, she had a lovely husband and a daughter, and she had just completed a nursing degree and she wanted to move to a foreign country. And she wanted to go to Yemen because that time it was a global hub for healthcare in 2008. The moment she went to Yemen, she was working day in and day out very hard, and for 6 years she toiled hard until 2014, earning money, saving some, giving it to their family such that their family also lives better. By 2014 she had the confidence that she can go on her own and she wanted to open her own clinic in Yemen. But this is where the things get complicated. In Yemen, if you want to open any business of your own, you need a local sponsor or a partner. Enter Talal Abdo Mahdi. He was the one who was the sponsor for Nimisha Priya, and they both in a partnership opened this clinic. At first everything went right, but as Nimisha's family members say, after opening this clinic with Talal Abdo Mahdi, the time of darkness started. Another 2 years of tormentship, emotional abuse, professional relationship with Talal Abdo Mahdi quickly turned into a relationship of physical, emotional and mental abuse. So what happened was Talal Abdo Mahdi immediately took control of her passport. For any foreigner, this passport is the most important identity when they are living abroad. With the passport out of her hand, she has lost full control of her life. The second thing he did was, he prepared a fake marriage certificate between them and he submitted it to the Yemen authorities. In Yemen, if somebody is married, the husband has full control over the wife. Because of which now all the profits, the very reason why Nimisha has opened that clinic, to earn money. But now since they are married because of this fake marriage certificate, all the profits will go to the husband only and she is not going to get anything. And then started the time of physical, mental and emotional abuse. Not able to tolerate this, Nimisha had actually complained to the authorities once and Talal Abdo Mahdi was arrested. But he was eventually released, and when he came back with full force, and this abuse continued tenfolds more, leading to the act of desperation. 2017, our nurse Nimisha Priya has had it all. She was like, I am done with emotional, physical and mental abuse. I just want to go back home. But to come back home, she needed her passport. This passport was with Talal Abdo Mahdi and he was refusing to give this passport back to her, and she didn't know what to do because she's all alone in a foreign country with nobody to help, and he has a sponsor. He's taking full use of her, getting all the labor from her and earning money out of it, and now when she wants to get out of it and go home, he is not giving her the passport. In a final act of desperation, our nurse Nimisha Priya, she alleges that she wanted to inject a non-lethal dose of sedatives to him, and when he is asleep she will steal the passport and run away, and by the time he is regaining consciousness she will be long gone. This is where things go bad. When she tried to give a non-lethal dose of the sedative, accidentally she gave an overdose which led to him die on the spot. Not knowing what to do, as she is in a foreign country all alone by herself, she called her friend Hanan, who helped to dispose of the body. she was caught in the same year by the authorities when she was trying to flee to Saudi Arabia after this accidental overdose and the death of Talal Abdul, and she was found guilty of her crimes and sentenced to death by execution. Once the death penalty was announced, this issue has seen the labyrinth of a lot of courtrooms and diplomatic channels. Nimisha Priya's side alleges that she did not do this premeditatedly. This was just an act of desperation from a mother who was living in a foreign country without any help. Her husband and daughter are in India. She's living alone there, and she just wanted to get back to her family, and her intentions were not to kill that person. She just wanted to sedate him. In the meantime, she can escape from that place with her passport. But the guy's side, they say that this was a premeditated murder by Nimisha to just take over the business. By 2020, the trial court upheld this death penalty verdict, and 2023, the Supreme Court of Yemen also upheld the verdict, and 2024 the president of Yemen gave the final thing that this death penalty has to go ahead, and the final date was set July 16, 2025. Now coming to the main issue is why this diplomacy is not working in this Nimisha Priya's case. The main problem is she is housed in Sana'a, which is the capital of Yemen. But this Sana'a is not controlled by the Yemen's official government, which India recognizes. There is a Yemen civil war between the Houthis and the Yemen government only, and the Houthis have taken control of Sana'a. With Nimisha Priya in Sana'a, India has no diplomatic connections with these Houthis, and they recognize only the official Yemen government. This is the main reason why they are not able to reach these Houthis only to create a proper channel of diplomacy, and only back channels are being used to talk to the Houthis, because India still does not recognize Houthis. They recognize only the Yemen government, which has no control in Sana'a. With the legal appeals out of picture, there is only one thing which can save our nurse Nimisha Priya, which is the blood money. This is an option in Sharia law which says that if the killer's family is willing to pay a certain amount of money to the victim's family, and the victim's family accepts this money, then death penalty can be foregone. In an effort to utilize this option in Sharia law, an international Save Nimisha Priya International Council Foundation was launched in 2020, and their aim is to raise that 8.5 crore Indian rupees, which is equivalent to $1 million. They want to give this money to the victim's family. In addition to that, this international council has also promised free medical treatment for one of their family members in India from the victim's family side. But this victim's family has not agreed for this money, because this has a lot of complex ethical angles to it, and what society will think about them if they receive this money from the killer's family. The person who's affected the most by our Nimisha Priya's problem is her mother Prema Kumari. She has sold all her belongings, her house, and she has shifted to Yemen 1 year back. Imagine an old Indian mother going to a war-torn country to trying to save her daughter, and all doing it single-handedly. She has turned out to be an example of an unwavering love of a mother to her daughter. She has been meeting her daughter regularly in prison. She has been going to meeting all the authorities, trying to take this option of blood money, and she has raised the amount also, and she's trying to give that money, but the victim's family is not agreeing to it, and all her efforts are going to a dead end. As July 16, the date of execution is slowly approaching, last ditch attempts are being made to save Nimisha Priya. A plea from the Save Nimisha Priya's International Council Association was heard by the High Court on July 10. In this plea, they alleged that there was improper legal proceedings in Yemen, and there was a lot of language barriers, and Nimisha Priya's side of the story was not held. Now the Supreme Court of India has said that they will hear this plea again on July 14. In fact, this July 14 is just 2 days before the execution, that is July 16, and this is the last ditched attempt where any amount of diplomatic pressure can be put on the Yemen and the Houthi government to stop this execution. The entire story has been distilled into the last few frantic days. With the money also ready, the victim's family is not ready to accept the money. The people who are most affected by this are Nimisha Priya's mother, who's still struggling in Yemen, her 12-year-old daughter Michelle, who's still waiting, praying a miracle would happen and she can finally meet her mother, and her husband, who's a daily wage worker and he doesn't know what to do as his wife is stuck in a foreign country which is filled with civil war. And from Nimisha Priya's side, she is still continuing her lonely vigil, praying that some help will come from the Indian government and she can return back to her daughter, husband and mother. The case of Nimisha Priya is a collision between human dreams and realities. From a hopeful nurse to a condemned prisoner, her journey has been nothing short of a tragedy, but it highlights the difficulties which Indians face when they go abroad and when they get scammed or when they get used by people who try to use their hard work to get advantage of them. Do like, share and subscribe me for more videos like this.